this is the part that I really wanted to focus on, because this is causing quite the stir in the community today. I don't know if you guys paid attention to this part, but the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of games is going to be charging a premium $10 fee for every single Nintendo Switch game that you already purchased and owned to play it on your Switch 2 to upscale it to the Switch 2 rendering. Now, people on both sides of it are saying, well, yeah, because Nintendo had to put work into making sure it's functioning and running and smooth and everything looks good, so there was R&D behind it. And then you got other people being like, no, it's just a system upscaling it, and they didn't do any work, and they're charging $10 for that to take advantage of the features that you already paid for. I don't know which one's the answer, but yikes either way.
Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
What, by the way, what a weird game to pick for this showcase. Like, this is a game that I'd imagine did not sell terribly well. Maybe it did, but I don't know anyone that was really into this game. It kind of came and went. And they're using it to highlight the features of one of the biggest reasons to buy the Switch 2 and upgrade your old games. And they're using a game that I don't know anyone that plays.
Please take a look.
And Romanzier says Sony did the same thing with the PS4 and PS5. I feel like they started doing it like that, and then they kind of walked away from that and just started doing the free upgrades and stuff. I could be wrong on that. I just feel like that they made it up to the publishers, and the publishers just started just throwing it in for free type thing.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands.
100% England. I think the reason why they didn't pick Metroid Prime 4 is because they don't want to trash a game that is a hyped game for a console where they have over 150 million consoles sold for, and this is a very hyped game. They don't want to be like, hey, you could buy it on that other system where everyone owns it and it's crappy over there, or you could come over and buy this gigantic new system that costs way more money and upgrade it over here.
And on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls.
Wait, La Mingda says, Smash quick disclaimer, if you own Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack, you get the upgrades for free, in quotes. So not really much better, lol. So that tells me, if that's the case, that once again, things that used to be free, they're like, oh, let's actually, instead of making them free for people, put it into the Nintendo Switch Online program. And then if other people want to take advantage of it and they aren't in it, we can charge them money for it and say, look, another benefit where it's free. It's like, no, this used to be free for everyone. You're hiding it behind a paywall to charge money. God, it drives me crazy.
Audio recognition.
All right, that's cool. So they added audio recognition. I mean, a new way to play.
More expressive rumble. And gameplay that uses a camera accessory. All of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out 3 new and updated modes.
I was thinking that too, Inkling. What if you unsubbed? You go back to the peasant version? I bet you do. I bet you get like a pop-up prompt like, hey, sorry, looks like your membership has expired. Would you like to purchase again? Or you can go back and slum it underneath the dish in Midgar, like the pleb you are.
First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions in real time.
Okay, so here's the problem I have with this. They're adding all these features in and charging you more money to get them. And I'm looking at it like, This is now part of the game. This should be part of the game. If you're adding all these features and everyone needs to participate in it, and it's like a group event, you're gonna make every single what is this, like peer pressure? Like, hey, I paid for the upgrade, bro. I paid for my membership. You need to do that too, so that you can join me online and do this. And oh, by the way, you get to see yourself on camera too. Like, it's almost like Nintendo using that as a peer pressure method.
Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage to hit blocks to collect the most coins, guide an RC car with your voice, go, and compete in other mini games using full body movement and sound.
Not gonna lie, I want to make fun of it, but it actually looks pretty fun. just being honest.
Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and
Everyone's
secure,
saying, wow, lame. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if you get the right people together for that, you could have some fun with it.
you're off. Go! Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
And this, my daughter would love this. This is not something that's really adult oriented. I'm sure it's fun, but I feel like it's more aimed for kids for this kind of stuff.
When you enter a pipe, a mini game will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini games.
What's that? Is that mode called Fascist Simulator?
How quickly can you reach the station? From mini games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble, the biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
It's such a kick in the balls where they don't say for $10 or here's your price range depending on your region and just have a list of the amounts there. It's such a kick in the balls to be like, hey, do you want this? Yeah, you can buy it. How much? I said you can buy it.
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
And here's the other thing. They're really going on the hard sell for this. This is the one that kind of really make up your mind, bro. It pissed me off. I'll be honest. I'm like, this should just be a free upgrade. I don't know what we're doing here. I think the reason why they didn't make this free is because they wanted to justify people buying the Nintendo Switch cartridge version of it that costs more instead of just being able to buy it on the original Switch and bring it over and have it work the same way. It's super slimy. It's like, just make it work. What do we do? Like, they went out of their way to create a new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild box for the Switch 2. And you can buy this game brand new on the Switch 2. And all it is going to be the same exact game with the upgraded features that you can get if you put your game cart into the Switch 2 and pay $10. It's like, well, it's too much extra stuff, too many steps. Just make it work.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics.
I mean, it looks good.
Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices.
The current Nintendo Switch Online app will be renamed the Nintendo Switch app in late May 2025. A Nintendo Switch Online membership is not required. Oh, okay. I assumed it would be because it is for everything else to access Zelda notes.
It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating. Proceed north.
I mean, I gotta be honest, it's a really amazing feature, specifically for the Korok seeds, because what a pain in the ass it is. What are there, like 1,000 Korok seeds in the game? Unless you have like an entire notepad starting from scratch and you find each one and search it out and scratch it as you go throughout the game, which that takes like Madam Savvy levels of autism to be able to sit down and do that. You're not going to get 1,000 Korok seeds in the game. This is a way to make it so anybody can do that, which is nice.
Or you can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
That is an awesome idea. Like straight up, that's amazing. I just feel like it's weird adding the extra step of using a phone, transferring the data, getting the QR code, sending that to your friend, having them scan the QR code, upload it to the game. They couldn't find a way to just be friends with people on the Switch and just send it to the person on the Switch. Like you need to add the app for that. It's just, it seems like we're adding a step here that doesn't need to be there, but it's a nice available option.
These features will make your adventures even more enjoyable. In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates.
So this is, I'm not a big fan of this either, by the way, because now we're gatekeeping a game away from another system that it could work perfectly fine on. There's nothing in Kirby the Forgotten Land in this extra level that they wouldn't be able to put on the original Switch. They're just being like, oh, we really need to do the hard sell on people to make sure they upgrade this to get that extra $10. So we'll create an entirely new level and only be accessible if you upgrade, like in order to get people to pay the $10 for it.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's
like
causing
it's a
some
nice,
mysterious
it's a nice added benefit, but then it's like by making it an added benefit, you're actually taking it away from the other people. That's why I'm like,
We hope
it's a
you're
fun
looking
game, by the
forward to
way.
Kirby's new adventure.
I have it. I've played it with my son, but I've not beaten it. I think he has.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will
Alright, here
have
we
both
go.
a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
So this part was fucking up with me a little bit this morning. So this is the first time I'm actually watching it. Hopefully it doesn't screw up this time.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2. Plus,
That might be awesome. It might be terrible, but it might be awesome. That might be one of those, once you go mouse controls in an FPS game on the Switch 2, you can never go back. That might be.
you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second.
Wow.
Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle.
I mean, it looks very good. It still doesn't look like, obviously, like a PlayStation 5 game or a PC game, obviously, but for a game on the go, this will do just fine.
Plus, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates. The Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
This is the problem that I have with it. Like, Nintendo did a decent job in the Nintendo Switch Direct, the 2 Direct, whatever, where they're explaining why you need to pay the $10 more. But like, look at all this extra stuff we've done to make it worth your while. But then when you take a step back from it and look at it and be like, bro, like, I own the game already. And it's, especially with Zelda, it's upgrading the visuals. Why am I paying $10 just to upgrade the visuals? You better still be able to play the game on the Switch 2 without upgrading. I don't think they really, because they say it's compatible with it. Do you have to pay the $10 for it to actually work though? Like, or does it just work in the old mode and then you pay the $10 and it's clearer and looks better? It's so complicated with this next gen technology stuff. Just stop nickel and diming people. You're already charging way too much for the games. Never mind adding this extra money on stuff.
We hope you're looking
Netflix Forum says, I think you can. I hope you can. I hope you can.
forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Please
I'll
take a
leave
look.
that there, but this game is actually looks really fun.